So how often do you practice your jump technique? Okay, now if you are in probably I'd say 95 to if not more percent of the world as an athlete, you're probably going to say none. Okay, and that's okay. No one practices jump technique. Trainers to the till this day, even today, even tomorrow, even years from now, are going to be telling you that jump technique is not important when it comes to jumping. You need to get stronger. You need to get faster. And let me be the first to say that is true in the sense that if you want to jump your highest and reach your full potential and be the best athlete you need to be, you need to get stronger. You need to get faster. But by saying jump technique is not important, these trainers are 100% wrong. Okay, and I have no problem saying that to any of them. They are 100% wrong. If you're not training your jump technique, you are holding yourself back as a jumper, as a basketball player, a volleyball player, a track athlete, practically any sport, football, anything that requires jumping. You need to be doing some jump technique practice because really, guys, it takes such a little amount of time, and it honestly takes very little effort to improve your vertical just by your jump technique alone. I'm talking 10 minutes a day or less 3 days a week, and in a matter of a few weeks, you've added inches, guys, to your vertical jump. All right, so let's hop in here. So how often do you practice your jump technique? Think about that. All right, now here's some keys when you are going to start practicing. Well, you've got to start practicing this jump technique. If you're not, you're going to be left behind. You need to be practicing this stuff. So here's a few keys that you need to be doing and thinking about to increase your vertical jump. Number one, you've got to stay tall through your run up. Okay, and what that means is you're not going to lean forward, you're not going to lean to the left or right or behind you. Okay, you've got to stay tall. You've got to stay tall at your hips. Okay, you got to maintain height the entire run up. Number two, don't run like you have to take a poop. Okay, and I know that's funny, but it's so true. Listen, you can look at random people on YouTube with their dunk videos and stuff. You know, not the best guys, not the TFB guys, not the vert freak guys, people like that. But just your average Joe out there trying to dunk. And a lot of them, you'll notice on their approach, it is extremely unathletic looking. They have no knee drive. They're not running like they would run down a court, which you need to be doing. You need to run like you know how to run. You need to run like an athlete. My coach would always tell me in the high jump approach, which is jumping for height. To be a good high jumper, you have to jump high. Same approach, we practiced approach. 90% of my practices were on approach because 90% of high jumping is your approach. It has nothing to do with what you're doing in the air, believe it or not. Okay, but anyway, you don't run. You cannot run like you have to take a dump. Okay, you've got to be moving fast. You got to be explosive. You've got to run like an athlete. My coach would say, run like an athlete. Run like the Division I athlete you are. Listen, guys, run like the Division I athlete that you're going to be. Okay, it's a must. Okay, never study your steps. Okay, if you do, then do not jump. Okay, you're wasting your jump. If you study your step on your approach, don't jump. Just turn around and start over because that's not going to work. Okay, that's not good enough. Never study your steps. If you do, don't jump and rework your approach. Figure out why you're stuttering. Do you need to back up? Do you need to move forward? How many steps are you taking? What's going on there to make this so uncomfortable for you? Okay, that's a big thing here. Fourth tip: never ever ever slow down. This happens all too often. Athletes just they go get out of the gate like they're like they're some crazy sprinter, or they're like a racing horse. They get out of the gate hard. They're moving. It's their first five strides, or they're hitting full speed, and then all of a sudden they're thinking, "Oh wow, I can't jump running this fast. I need to slow down." So they start decelerating every step. Listen, if you do that, that puts you in a huge detrimental position to try to get vertical air. I would say that if this is the case and you notice yourself and you're sitting there thinking, I do this. Listen, by just not slowing down, you're going to jump higher than you currently are jumping. And guys, by just slowing down your entire approach so you don't have to slow down during the approach, hopefully that makes sense. In other words, start slower and work your way up. don't slow down, you're going to add inches to your vertical. I'm going to keep saying inches by just doing that little thing alone, okay? Next tip, never stay the same speed. Okay, now rocket science people out there, okay? If you're a rocket scientist, I have a question for you. If you never slow down and you can't stay the same speed either, what can you do? Okay, that's our next tip. You can only accelerate. Okay, so you want to start off easy and accelerate each step to where your last two steps are going to be your fastest steps. So pretty easy concept here. You speed up. You start off easy. You start off in control. You run an athletic approach, and you keep speeding up. You never slow down. Find your MCV. Okay, now I know you're sitting there. You're wondering, what in the heck is MCV? Okay, MCV stands for your maximum controlled velocity. Okay, and what that means is this is in normal terms here, this is the fastest speed that you can run and jump to height on. Okay, for example, now a really good athlete, a Olympic high jumper, for example, can typically jump off of about 90% of their sprint, meaning they can run 90% as fast as they possibly can, and control using their core and their quads and their legs and their upper body, everything. They can stabilize themselves to take that vertical. Your beginner athlete, it might be 15 or 20% of your actual sprint you can jump off of for height. You need to go ahead and find that maximum controlled velocity. Find out, go to the gym, take 10 jumps and figure out if you can go faster, try a little faster. If you have to go slower, go a little slower, and figure out what jump feels comfortable. That's key. Comfort is a key concept here. Find out what is your controlled maximum controlled speed that you can jump off of, and then we can practice off of that, okay? Alright, so here's my 2-foot approach. Okay, now I want you to watch this. Give me, grade me on it. This is my maximum controlled velocity, given I do have a ball in my hand, so it's a little bit slower than if I were actually jumping, but let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, now if you notice, my last two are extremely quick. They're almost hitting the ground at the same time, which I don't prefer you to do, because that will cause you to a lot of times your chest to fall forward, and you have like a little bit of a kickback if you put your feet down at the same time. I prefer, as you can see, a 1 foot before the other type approach, because what that does for you, like for example, mine's a left right. You can let me play this again for you. If I can, we'll just play it once. Okay, now if you notice, those last two are extremely quick, and I plant with the left right. Okay, what I do is I plant my left first. I stabilize that left leg and as well as my core, and it kind of controls some of your max controlled velocity. So when you plant that right foot, it's so much easier to go vertical. Notice how quick I do that. Notice how I do not slow down any during this approach. Alright, now let's look at my 1 foot approach in MCV. Now this video is not too great because it's kind of cut off, but I wanted to just get something out here really quick to you so you can check it out. And plus, I love this video. It's one of my favorites of myself. Alright, now I know you can't really see my footing, but notice just from watching my upper body and my takeoff how I'm not slowing down whatsoever. There's no deceleration here. My plant, notice my plant was extremely quick, and notice how at takeoff I'm a straight line. From my foot to my shoulder and my head is one straight line. I'm not leaning forward, I'm not leaning backwards. I'm driving my knee very well. I'm driving both arms up. And as you can see, the result is I get up there pretty good. I get up there pretty good. I'm almost hit my head on this rim here. Alright, so how's my approach look? Now here's what I want you to do. In fact, look up the jumps of your favorite dunkers or athletes within your sport that you love, and that you're training for on YouTube, and watch their approach. Watch them dunk. Watch them, you know, just watch them in general, and watch them as athletes when they're doing vertical type stuff, because you're going to notice a lot of the same stuff. You're going to notice that they're not going to slow down. They don't. They don't drop at the hits at all when they take off. They don't stutter step. Listen, LeBron James. Now, if y'all know me, I am a Lakers fan. Don't hold that against me if you're not and you hate them. But I am personally a Lakers fan. And in being a Lakers fan, you can't be a Heat fan, obviously. But I will say, right now, LeBron James, incredible athlete, the best athlete in the NBA, in my opinion, does not slow down. He does not ever drop the hips. He does not stutter step. He has one of the best 1-foot jumps in the NBA. Now, looking at the Lakers, Shannon Brown, same thing. You'll never see Shannon Brown slow down. You'll never see him drop at the hips when he goes to dunk, and you'll never see him stutter step. You just see him snap those last 2 steps in really quick and get high in the air, head at the rim, and just throw it down. And I just watched the Lakers beat the Cavaliers by 55 points. I enjoyed that, but Shannon was shooting more, knocking down shots more tonight than he was dunking, but I'm okay with that. So anyway, how did they learn this? All right, most will have learned this from their elite level training. And listen, these coaches and these trainers, I know some people, some trainers out there are like, oh, they don't know that stuff. Yeah, they do. Actually, at the college level, jump technique is becoming very, very, very important and well known. I'm actually going up to Virginia Tech tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but this week to teach some jump technique stuff. So it's very important, guys. Don't be shocked if it becomes more well known. Just consider yourself lucky that you have a very, very, very sweet advantage right now by learning it. Okay, and so, but the other guys out there, it's going to be learned from natural athleticism. Okay, and the reason that these natural athletes tend to be good at jump technique is because they've been playing a sport a long time. Now, given there might be a few exceptions that were just lucky to have it, I will say that can be the case. But for 99% of these natural guys out there, they have really good technique. No one has perfect technique. I'll say that right now. But they have really good technique because they learn how proper technique equals proper play. Like in basketball, for example, if you slow down on a fast break, LeBron will he's going to run you down and pin your shot on the glass. Okay, that's just how it is. If you slow down, that happens. If you lower your hips, smaller defenders will snag the ball, while bigger defenders will be put in a better situation to throw your shot into the ninth throw. Okay, and if you stutter, same deal. You get ran down, plus you look crazy, unathletic doing it. You do not want to stutter step. You look like a fool. Okay. See, they learn these basketball situations. You rarely see a guard on a fast break having to slow down or stutter step. You see them taking it explosive, going up for a layup or a dunk. Okay, guys, so I wanted to just go over that stuff with you. Listen, in a couple days, I'm going to send you another video. In my next video, I'm going to show you some drills you can do to instantly add inches to your vertical with proper technique adjustments. Just something I wanted to give y'all. I'm just going to go over a couple things that you can go ahead and hit the gym with, and go ahead and start getting yourself some instant inches. But here's what I want you to do, guys. If you don't mind, below here you're going to see a comment box. It's going to be one of those cool little Facebook comment boxes. That's like the thing to use now. I don't know about all this internet stuff, but I'm trying. But what I want you to do is, if you learn something from this video, go ahead and comment below. Give me a thank you. I love thank yous, and I love your opinions. I love questions. And in general, I would love for you to just go to the gym, try this stuff out, or write it down and try it out later, and then just come back here and write a comment saying whether it helped you or not. If you go and you try this stuff out and you do the things I tell you, and more importantly, you don't do the things that I don't want you to do, you're going to succeed very well. So go ahead and please do that for me. Comment below, and I really appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys in a couple days with your next video.